Yeah.
Somewhat of an interesting problem I run into here is this ABS sensor. Let me see if I can get you guys in there to see what I'm talking about. See this sensor? See that wire that's running right there? Okay, that takes a reading off of that reluctor ring. See it? See it go through this. Man, let me sit this down. My production is amazing. That little guy right there. This sensor runs back here. All right, well, the problem that I'm coming up with is that the hardware is something, it's either rotted away so bad that I have no idea what it is, or it's just gone altogether. I don't really know. So basically what I have to do is take the back seat out. Now, taking the back seat out of a SN is, and a new Edge, is a little bit different. This side I already have done. You're probably not going to be able to see in there. Anyway, let me get you in there. I'm going to get you in there. See that little spot right there? You actually have to stick a flathead underneath there. It's not like the newer ones where there's just plastic clips. Little clip. Of course, I had to pick the most gargantuan freaking screwdriver to do this with. Maybe I'm compensating for something, I don't know. Well, there's the bottom portion of the seat. Now, my camera died, and obviously there's no evidence that I would do such a thing, but that clip was broken. Found it like that. It was already done. You know, I didn't do it. Now, in all seriousness, I did break it, but you can tell this back seat's been out because look, this is not even tightened all the way, and you can't really move it, but that bolt is missing. I don't know what. I have no idea. You just never know. But it's always interesting to find all the stuff from the previous owners. There's like an aluminum bracket, piece of all thread or something, I'm not sure. Old CD cases, zip tie. Is that a penny? Let's see what year it's from. Can't even tell. But anyway, remember, my goal was to find the ABS sensor. Well, here it is. That's where it plugs in, underneath the seat. Goes through that grommet down there. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to disconnect it and run it through and pull it out with the rear. That way there's no problems. I can pull the whole rear out. Maybe I can get the sensor out. Maybe I might have to replace it. I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do. But I know I don't want to cut it in half, just in case. So, stick around. I'm going to start draining the fluid and taking all the necessary stuff out before I pull the rear. So, the rear shocks on these cars are so super freaking simple to change. I'm going to pull them or loosen them up from the top before I get them on the bottom. But, you get the idea. I just have the vice grips there. You know, as soon as I would turn the wrench, obviously the whole assembly would spin. So I hit the vice grips would hit the inner fender and stop. Now I got it loose. So I'm gonna do the same thing right there. All right, well, what do we got going on over here? Well, that quad shock was doing its job, huh? All right, I can't get that quad shock off, so I'm gonna, bust it loose with the impact whenever I get the rear out. I'm just gonna explain to you what I'm gonna do real quick, because I'm not exactly sure how much I'm gonna be able to film and you actually be able to see. Let me grab the light. Okay, first thing, obviously, is I will unbolt the dry shaft. Then I will unbolt the upper control arms from the rear. That way the, come on, light. All right, you're gonna be a pain in the ass. That way the rear will come down and the springs can come out without anybody, losing a leg or whatever. And then I will unbolt the lower control arms from the rear and use my transmission jack to drag it out. All right, the rear is finally out of the car. I just beat this down. Somebody had jacked it up by the pumpkin and bent the diff cover, hoping it's salvageable. I mean, it's not leaking, so I don't see why it wouldn't be salvageable. Fix that. Still having a hard time getting these bolts out for the lower control arms. As you can see, the ABS sensors are still on for the sides because the hardware is pretty much toast. I'm probably going to rebuild the diff with some Ford Racing clutches if I can find them, and I'm going to remove that dog bone. Just going to cut that off. It's, in my opinion, useless. Replace these bushings, they've about had it. And we're gonna cut the quad shock mounts off, and then I'm not sure if I said this already, but tomorrow I'm going to have the axle tubes welded to the housing, and it's pretty much going to be bulletproof. After that, I'm going to add some 410s that I got sitting around, and should be good to go. 410s for R70W and a 2-valve. It ought to scoot.